On a rainy day in the midst of autumn, there stood an abandoned house atop a dark hill on the outskirts of town. The rain poured heavily and thunder rumbled loudly. Local legends suggested that this house was once inhabited by a mysterious family that had vanished under enigmatic circumstances decades ago. The village residents avoided passing near the abandoned house due to the eerie stories surrounding it. However, on that night, a fierce storm approached, and a group of adventurous youths decided to explore the derelict building. They donned their coats, held their flashlights, and entered the house cautiously. Upon entry, they felt the cold and darkness, with the sound of rain on the windows producing strange, unsettling noises. In the main hall, they discovered an old wall clock frozen at 3:33. As they roamed through the rooms, they heard terrifying sounds emanating from the upstairs, the slow, echoing footsteps. They decided to ascend to the upper floor, and what they found there was truly horrifying. A dark room filled with old dolls and shattered mirrors awaited them. Suddenly, they heard the shattering of bottles, one after the other, in the adjacent room. When they entered, they found the house's windows breaking on their own. This was just the beginning of a night filled with terror and supernatural phenomena. Before long, they heard chilling whispers and saw shadows moving without bodies and apparitions wandering in every corner. They attempted to escape, but the doors forcefully closed in their faces. As the night wore on, the group's sense of dread deepened. The whispers grew louder, filled with eerie warnings and disjointed, ghostly voices. They couldn't make out the words, but the fear they invoked was palpable. The group decided to stick together and explore further, hoping to find a way out of the nightmarish house. They descended to the basement, a place where the darkness was suffocating. Their flashlights barely penetrated the gloom, and the air grew thick with an oppressive presence. In the basement, they discovered a room that seemed to be a makeshift laboratory filled with old, dusty scientific equipment. Strange symbols were etched into the walls, and faded documents hinted at experiments gone horribly wrong. The feeling of malevolence in the room was overwhelming. Desperation set in as they realized that escape from this house was becoming increasingly unlikely. The group huddled together, and as they did, the temperature in the room plummeted. They could see their breath as it condensed into misty puffs in the cold air. Then, out of the shadows, a figure materialized, a spectral silhouette with hollow eyes and a malevolent grin. It approached them slowly, and a sense of impending doom gripped the group. In their frantic efforts to escape, they ran through the house, encountering more apparitions, poltergeist activity, and haunting visions. The once familiar rooms had transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth. Finally, just as it seemed that all hope was lost, they stumbled upon a hidden door that led them to the attic. They climbed up and, to their amazement, found an old window they could open. The rain-soaked night air rushed in, and they realized that they might have found their way to freedom. As they clambered onto the roof and made their way down to the ground, the house behind them seemed to shudder, as if it were releasing a sigh of relief. The rain had subsided, and the moon emerged from behind the clouds, casting an eerie glow on the abandoned structure. The group made their way back to the village, shaken and forever scarred by the horrors they had witnessed in the haunted house. The legends of the place would persist, and the abandoned house would remain a dark and ominous presence, standing as a testament to the terrors that lay within.